This is Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
Live from Ferris Stadium on San Antonio's north side, it's Little Caesar Thursday Night Lights. It's week 10. It's the season finale. And boy, do we have a good one for you. It's the Regan Rattlers taking on the Brandeis Broncos in a big 27-6A battle. Good evening, everybody. Don Harris, Chuck Mickatinick with you as always. Chuck, we always hate to say goodbye to a TNL season, but we've kind of saved the best for last. Both these teams on their way to the playoffs, and both want to go in with some momentum.
No question. These two teams have both been hot, especially late towards the end of the year. These two teams essentially are battling for second place tonight in the always tough Northeast League. And then, of course, as you said, playoff bound next week. We'll get into all that, but both of these teams would really like to go in knowing they can hang their hat on a big dub going in.
The Regan Rattlers 5-4 on the year. They are led by their linebacker, Cole Higbee. And if you look up Cole Higbee, well, if you look up the definition of a high school football player in the dictionary, this might be the guy you find.
100%. As you saw, Army commit, that says it all. He's a linebacker, but we're going to see him on offense too. Heck, Don, this guy threw a touchdown pass last week. We were told this is the face of the franchise. Regan, 15 years straight making the playoffs.
As for the Brandeis Broncos, they're a young team with a lot of young talent, and that starts with their junior quarterback, Winter Smith. Amazing to think he's got another year left.
It really is, and starting to heat up on the recruiting front. UTSA offer already in the bag, but he's getting looks from the SEC on down. Winter Smith can run, he can throw, really has dialed it up in his junior season, both throwing it and running it. Of course, the son of the late, great Will Smith of the New Orleans Saints. What a great story Winter Smith is becoming in his junior season.
And he's got some great talent around him as well, including at running back. When we come back, we'll run that down for you. It's our Gomez Law Firm Keys to the Game coming up.
This is Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
We're back at Ferris Stadium, closing in on kickoff tonight between Regan and Brandeis. It's time now for our Gomez Law Firm Keys to the Game. We start with the Regan Rattlers and Coach Preston Meyer. Chuck?
Yeah, it's really interesting, Don. We got two teams and basically trying to do the same stuff tonight. It's really cool. Each of them really treating this game with a high level of importance, despite the playoffs coming next week. But for Regan, stop the run, score some more points than the other team. Gotta love that one. And then also, let's be really good in the special teams. This could be a close one tonight.
It takes all three phases, Chuck. Here's Coach Preston Meyer.
When you play three quality teams early in the season, you really find out who you are, because you always learn so much more from a loss than you do from a win. And over the course of the season, we kind of, figured it out, got the pieces in the right place, and we've kind of had it rolling lately.
Yeah, they have, and so have the Brandeis Broncos. Chuck, what are the keys for Coach Kimmy Lewis?
Yeah, they want to be able to run the football, and that would say a lot tonight against this uber stout Regan defense. Control the clock, keep that Regan squad and their offense off the field, and then last but not least, trick or treat. Treat this as a playoff game because it's going to be a nice tune-up for both squads.
Here's Kimmy Lewis.
We had some challenges early on defensively, just kids learning the system. We had a big departure with our senior class, so a lot of young faces had to learn, how we play football here. And I think now we're finally getting to that point to where we're hitting on all three levels with our special teams, offense, and our defense. So I think it was just time that we needed to figure things out. So now we're here.
All right, both teams want to be sharp going into the playoffs. When we come back, we'll have our national anthem as kickoff is just around the corner.
Tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Lights is sponsored by Little Caesars, the Gomez Law Firm, Beluga Air, DH Plumbing, Rush Max, Mega Furniture, San Antonio Sports, Valero, Absolute Power Electrical Contractors, Christus Children's, Gautier Formal Dresses, The Good Feet Store, Collision Experts of Alamo Heights, South Texas Family Medicine and Urgent Care, TELUS Equipment, Ideal Precision Roofing, Brazilian Top Team, and Monarch Trophy Studio.
We are live at Ferris Stadium. Here come the Regan Rattlers, 5-4 on the year, 5-1 in District 27 6A play. They are led by their head coach Preston Meyer. Last week they beat Clark 38-14. Again, their only district loss was to Johnson. And Chuck, that was a game that Regan had on ice, it seemed like, until the last 2 minutes.
There's no question, Don. I mean, you look at the game clock and how well Regan actually played in that game. I mean, they had it, and it just let it slip away late. And, it was one of those all-timer games, but, this is the program, right? I mean, they've made their mark since their inception. Playoffs, yeah, almost a given every single year, but they've really made their bones here of late. This looks like a team that could do some damage in the first round, no matter who they play.
The Brandeis Broncos rivaling the Southwest Dragons for best breakthrough inflatable. Impressive, as here come the Broncos. Kimmy Lewis's squad is 7-2 on the year, 5-1 in district play. They beat Roosevelt 55-20 last week. They made the playoffs again 12 different times, and they already know that they're going to play the loser of Sotomayor and Harlan, who play tonight. And again, they've been on a tear since their loss to Johnson earlier in the year.
They've done a really good job of hamming and egging it early in the year, Don. They had to replace 9 different starters on the defensive side. So they felt like they'd be able to score some points, which they have this year on offense, kind of waiting for their defense to grow up. But head coach Kimmy Lewis very excited about the growth of his young defense, how they've come along. And this is another team, too, that just seems to be getting better each and every week.
The Broncos are lined up and ready to go. So are the Rattlers. We are closing in on our national anthem. We turn it over to the public address announcer here at Ferris Stadium, and that is Lou Calusa.
Standing in midfield, presenting our nation's colors this evening, is the color guard from the Texas 20,083rd Air Force Unit ROTC from Brandeis High School. Commanding and carrying the American flag, Cadet Tech Sergeant Quincy Holbrook. Carrying the Texas flag, Cadet Airman First Class Isabella Silva. The American Guard, Cadet Major Ryan Christensen. The Texas Guard, Cadet Major Elizabeth Stidham. At this time, we ask you to please rise and remove your hats to honor America, our currently serving members of our armed forces, and our veterans as we play our national anthem. Our national anthem this evening will be played by the Brandeis Bronco High School Marching Band under the direction of Patrick Aguirre.
Game Time Weather is sponsored by Beluga Air.
We are about ready to do this. It is time for our Beluga Air game time weather, and it is a perfect night for football. Look at that moon, 73 degrees, clear skies, hardly any wind. It was so nice down there. The season should be starting, not ending, from the weather perspective.
Well, the second season's about to start, and boys, we got a good one tonight, right? With these guys, Preston Meyer and his Regan Rattlers, and of course, Kimmy Lewis, Brandeis Broncos head coach. So we got one coach that's in year 2 guiding the program, Preston Meyer, over on the other sideline with Regan, was with the program, elevated to the top guy this year, and both of these guys, both of these staffs have done an amazing job getting these teams in a prime position for the postseason as we kick her away.
It's our Good Feed Store kickoff, and it will be downed right there, so the Regan Rattlers will have it first, and that means we will get a look tonight at Cody Ragsdale. He's the senior. He's 42 of 70 on the year, 60% of his passes complete, 514 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and he's got a host of running backs led by Aiden Fernandez, who is playing linebacker as well, and John Opara, Bridges. They all get touches, and they all put up big-time yardage. First down and 10 for the Rattlers. It's Bridges who starts in the tailback position. And they'll run an option, and they'll keep and pick up about 5, a nice first down play by Cody Ragsdale.
Yeah, they come out in a formation, looks like they're going to spread you and dead you to start the ball game. Then they go back to a more traditional running formation and pick up a nice play there on first down.
Second down and 6.
Look out.
Nice play down the sideline to the 50, to the 40. Bridges tripped up all the way down near the 10-yard line. A big-time gain by Edwin Bridges, the senior, who's run for 680 yards and 4 touchdowns this year.
Yeah, he's done the bulk of the damage in the run game for these Rattlers, but how about those big fellas up front? We start with Emiliano Garcia at center, and then Ethan Davila, and then Trip Davenport over there on the right side of that line, and that was a cavernous hole in which to run through.
It's a rush max first down. We're inside the Absolute Power red zone. Full house backfield back there with Ragsdale. He turns and hands to the big tight end. Lining up back there for Regan, that's Ethan Hamlin. Let's take a look at the Regan offense, led by those San Antonio All-Star Cademan Garcia, the left guard number 55, and all-district center Emiliano Garcia up front.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of guys playing both ways, so we're going to see a lot of moving parts for these Regan Rattlers, kind of different than what it's been in years past.
R.C. Wagner lining up there. She'll blitz off the corner. They go to Bridges, dances his way, falls forward, and he's got nearly a first down. It'll be third down and short as we take a look at the Brandeis defense. They're led by their team captain, Alexander Taylor, the free safety. They've got some big fellows up front, including Jaden Villarreal and defensive end C.J. Parker.
CJ's a big fella too, 6'3", 280. Second year starting on varsity. We need a big time performance out of him tonight.
Lucas Wheeler will make a lot of tackles at linebacker. 3rd and 1 for the Rattlers. I formation here. Ragsdale hands, and it'll be good for a first down, and that's Aiden Fernandez. He's just a junior, one of those mini backs that Regan runs at you.
Yeah, Regan's floating some different offensive linemen at us too here earlier in this game. Rodrigo Zuniga, the junior, doing a nice job of plowing the road for these Rattlers early on.
Fernandez still in the tailback spot. Cole Higbee, the player that we featured that plays linebacker, is in the game as well here on offense, number 47. And you see him moving to the left side there, looking for the formation. 2 tight ends, 3 tight ends over there to the left. Now they run one over here, and there's some mass confusion. They'll burn a timeout. It's 1st and goal for the Rattlers when we come back. Scoreless from Ferris. All right, so it's 1st and goal for the Regan Rattlers. Coach Preston Meyer there. Deep in thought as the Rattlers try and get on the board first here. They're at the 3-yard line. And had a little bit of some crossed up signals there before the snap, so they called their first timeout to talk it over, and here comes Ragsdale and that offense. Fernandez still in there at the running back spot. Will McCabe splits to the right, and it's Cole Higbee to the left, number 47. So Rush Max first down. Check the signals. They'll run Fernandez, and he's tackled. Jacob Gomez busted through to make a nice play and stop him short of the goal line.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Good eyesight, partner. I was like, man, who's that kid that scored it through? But it was indeed Jacob Gomez with his 70 tackles and 3 TFLs for the year, coming up and plowing through the gap. No problem there, huh?
Nice job coming off the edge. 2nd down and goal from the 2. Ragsdale on a boot, looking, throwing. I think that ball's going to be called a pass. Don't know if his arm was in motion, but it doesn't matter. There's no replay here, but good rush by the Bronco defense to shut that down. It'll be 3rd down and goal.
Yeah, Brandeis bringing a lot of guys around their line of scrimmage, and Ryan Morris, the junior, not sold on any play fakes there, going right for the dude with the ball.
All right, so it's 3rd down and goal from the 2. Run didn't work, pass didn't work. We'll see what they go back to here. Bronco fans trying to rally that D. They send 2 to the left. That's McCabe and Martinez. They'll go to Bridges. Ragsdale will keep. He's in for a touchdown. Ronald Reagan High School. It's Cody Ragsdale, the senior quarterback, on the keeper.
What a nice way to finish off a really outstanding opening drive for Reagan, doing all their damage on the ground and needed a big run there in order to get the punch. Now we got a little swinging gate, at least a swinging gate look as they line up to try to kick the extra point.
Andre Salazar is perfect on the year. He's a heck of a kicker. 28 of 28 from PATs and 13 of 15 on the year with a long of 51. So if this game comes down to a kick, Salazar might be the X factor. Reagan leads it 7-0 from Ferris Stadium.
This is Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
Welcome back to Ferris Stadium. The Reagan Rattlers strike first on the 2-yard touchdown run by Cody Ragsdale, senior quarterback who Chuck engineered a heck of a drive.
Indeed. You talk about a grit ground game to begin a ball game, kind of set the tempo for what we're going to see the rest of the night. You got the home run to help set them up, and then just really good running around the goal line to seal it. You come out here, big ball game, you want to set the tempo early, and I think you could go down against a really good Brandeis defense and take 4 minutes off the clock. Got to think that Coach Meyer very pleased with the way this one has started.
Salazar's kick is 2 yards deep. It bounces into play, so Brandeis will field it, and breaking free, almost broke it, was the kick returner for the Broncos, Julius Saunders.
Man, you didn't think that was going anywhere from the get-go, right? Had a hard time finding the ears and got stoned. At least it looked like that on the surface, and then, man, was maybe a step or two away from popping that sucker.
All right, so here is Winter Smith, the junior quarterback, as Chuck said at the outset. He's got some SEC teams looking at him. UTSA's already offered. And it's a rushback's first down. He'll turn, handoff. Gain of about 2. That's Jerron Morris, who has been on a roll lately. In fact, last week he ran for a school single game record, 356 yards and 5 touchdowns. As you take a look at that offense, they're led by Brennan Williams, the big left tackle, 62, who is a big time prospect. Also on our San Antonio Sports All-Star game. 2nd and 7 for Smith. He wants to throw it here. Straight drop. Now fires the little screen. Morris still on his feet. And he's short of the mark. It'll be 3rd down and about 3.
To your point, Don, Brennan Williams on that play took on 2 Broncos on the left side over there. Amazing job. He was the only guy remaining on his feet at the end of that play, but Brandeis sure could use a first down here to keep this drive alive.
There's the Regan defense with Cole Higbee. Smith going to keep it himself, and he's tripped up short. Nice open field tackle. Looked like Smith had that all the way, but he was tripped up by Jaden Bullock, only a sophomore.
What an incredible open field tackle that was by 38, Jaden Bullock. 51 tackles on the season. That may have been his best.
So Zach Cantu lines up to punt it away for Brandeis. Deep in their own territory, they won't go for it here. It's a high, long end-over-ender. Goes out of bounds with no chance of a return. Regan will have it up 7-0 when we come back. Welcome back, 7-0, Regan over Brandeis. We've saved the best for last here in Week 10. You know her, you love her from the San Antonio Living Show. Look, it's Michaela Romero down there tonight on the sidelines. Hey, Michaela.
Hey, guys. I'm having so much fun tonight. It doesn't get better than this. The weather is perfect, and you know what would make the night even better? Little Caesar's Pizza. We have Little Caesar here himself, and we have Luis. He is one of the general managers here at one of the San Antonio locations, and they're going to tell us about why you need to stop at Little Caesar's after the game. Okay, so Luis, tell me a little bit about the convenience of Little Caesar's. I know you have those hot and ready pizzas. Tell us about that.
So the convenience is we do have multiple pickup options from our pizza portal, which you can order, pick up, ready to go at any time. We also have our drive-thru, which expedites the customer service, and we always have a variety of pies for you to choose from, especially from 4 to 8. So we're all about the options and convenience with the delivery as well and our online ordering.
You guys are all about the products and the service, right? Okay, so tell me a little bit about that and why you guys are top-notch.
Yes, man. We do make our product fresh every day from the dough all the way to the window. We do maintain that, keep it nice, hot, and ready, fresh for you. And like I said, we're known for our quality service and our expediting and getting it out the door for you.
And he brought us some pizza. I made sure not to eat before coming to the game because I knew we were going to get some Little Caesars. So what did you bring for us today?
I did bring my personal favorite. It's going to be a 3-meat, but I do like to add the crazy crust as well, which is the butter parmesan around the crust, just to add that little extra flavor. But like I said, we do keep a variety available for you from 4 to 8, from 3 meats, supremes, deep dish, thin crust. We do it all.
Okay, I'm gonna open it up again so we can take a look. Okay, guys, look at this, and you have some special deals online. So tell us more about that. Oh, okay, our videographer.
With our new app program we have going on, we do have a rewards program as well. We have multiple online deals going on the monthly. They're always coming out. So check out our app and keep up with it because our specials are always changing.
Perfect. I'm going to grab a slice myself. Our videographer, Bryce, got a slice of the pizza, and everyone else on the sidelines. I'm having so much fun, guys. I'm going to send it back to you, and I'm going to enjoy this pizza. Maybe I'll save some for you guys if we don't run out.
I count 4 boxes. One of those has to come to the press box.
Okay. I got you.
Kayla knocking it out of the park down there.
A slice for Bryce. It's about time. You know, Matt never offered Bryce a slice.
Michaela's making friends instantly down there.
First down and 10. Ragsdale showing some speed, picking up a rush max first down. Regan on the move again here at midfield. They'll go to Bridges right up the middle. Bridges with some good blocking ahead. picks up a nice chunk here on first down, picks up about 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
Yeah, I got some studs up front for Regan in this running game. You get a chance to see Cademan Garcia, Emiliano Garcia. We've already talked about him. You got one that's an all-star, and you got Gio Cantu on the other side. Just old right up the tackle type running right here on these last couple to pick up decent yards.
Hand it to the tight end who lined up in the backfield. And that's a first down for big number 86 of the Reagan Rattlers. And that's Ethan Hamlin.
See how many Reagan Rattlers have already gotten touches in this ball game. It's a little of this, a little of that, but they've got ample guys that are quite adept at toting the rock. And again, they're getting an amazing push up front.
Hamlin, our Scholar Athlete of the Week. Make sure you stick around for David Chancellor's story on him at halftime. New Rush Max first down. They go back to him, and he's trying to take everybody out with him, bulling his way ahead for a good 5-6 yards.
Nasty intentions by 86 there at the end of the run. You can see Reagan just kind of simplified everything. It's like, we're going to line up, we're going to ram it down your throat, and we're going to keep doing it until you can stop it. And to this point, things are working quite well for the Snakes.
Would it surprise you that he's a wrestler? Going looking for that contact. Tough kid, 2nd down 4. It's Bridges, off tackle and going nowhere. Coming up to make the tackle, Lucas Wheeler. He's their leading tackler, along with Jacob Gomez. And nice job by the senior linebacker to come up and make the play.
Yeah, they're going to have to start committing more guys around the line of scrimmage, kind of like what they did around the goal line, because Reagan's getting ahead of steam here on these drives as we tick away in the first half.
Our Gautier Former Wear Band Cam, taking a look at the 2 bands tonight. And by the way, if you're a fan of high school football pageantry, do not miss tonight's halftime show. 2 of the bigger, better bands in the area will be performing tonight during our D&M Plumbing halftime show. Fernandez up the middle. He's got the first down. The Rush Max first down right across the 25 to the 24-yard line. Clock running quickly here. We're inside of 2:30 here in the first quarter.
Well, they have dominated in their 2 possessions. That man's had a big hand in this. It's just simply running the football and nobody there to stop it.
Last play, well, no, 2-minute timeout comes at the second quarter, so excuse me. Rush Max first down. Ragsdale's going to throw the little bubble. That's that big linebacker that we've featured off the top. Their best player, Cole Higbee, plays both ways, and he's got another big gainer there for the Rattlers.
He's going to actually come out of the game here so he can catch his breath and play defense. I mean, but is there nothing that Cole Higbee can't do on a football field? And outstanding job by Ragsdale to pump it and then throw it, because if he'd have let that thing loose, Brandeis in a good position to stop that throw.
All right, so the Rattlers knocking on the door. 1:32 to go here in the first. Bridges, Hamlin back there with Ragsdale. They can get a first down still without scoring. Ragsdale hit as he throws, but caught by one of the big offensive linemen. And he's still going forward. Right place, right time for big Gio Cantu.
Now, Brandeis really has played the pass in this ball game exceptionally well to this point. This wasn't necessarily a pass for sure, but it was intended to be. Ended up being a fumble and a recovery, but mercy, 18 getting in there quickly to knock things down. Lucas Wheeler, and then Reagan fortunate to be able to keep this drive alive. Think about Gio Cantu as a future, maybe a tight end, those hands.
Just a sophomore. 2nd down, we'll call it 14 for the Rattlers. That backs him up. A hand inside to Hamlin, going nowhere, gets back maybe to the 24, which was the original line of scrimmage, and so the Brandeis defense bowing up here behind guys like Lucas Wheeler and Jacob Gomez. It'll be 3rd down and 12.
So Lucas moved from defensive end to linebacker, and I'll tell you what, that young man came to play. It seems like we're calling 18 every position.
That's the end of the first quarter. The Regan Rattlers up 7-0. They've got the football inside the red zone. It'll be a crucial 3rd and 12 when we come back.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by TELUS Equipment.
They are switching ends here at Ferris Stadium. And the Regan Rattlers talking it over. Coach Preston Meyer on 3rd down and 12. Has to be impressed with his opponent tonight, the Brandeis defense, holding firm.
Yeah, finally got him behind the chains a little bit thanks to that humongous play that they just pulled off with the fumble and the fumble recovery by Regan. They seriously need to get off of the field here.
Reagan's offense very potent. They've been averaging well over 30 points a game on the season. Little reverse pass going to the end zone. Got a man and it's broken up. Nice play back there on the back end by Noah Zubiate as Regan threw Will McCabe on a reverse and let Will throw it. Had a man, but great coverage by the Brandeis secondary.
Yeah, the wide receiver, Junior McCabe, coming over making a play, and Coach Meyer's showing us he's not afraid to let some of his big fellas throw a ball like he did last week.
Salazar, 13 of 15 on the year. One of the better kickers in the area. And it's just a chip shot for him. It is through, and the lead is now 10-0 here early in the second quarter. We go back down to the sidelines and Michaela Romero. Michaela.
Hey guys, I am having so much fun. I could feel the energy. They're right behind us right there. I actually have one of the presenting sponsors here. We have Gomez Law Firm. We have attorney Leslie Rodriguez here, and she's gonna tell us a little bit about what they do. Hey, so what do you guys do?
So at the firm, we handle catastrophic injury cases. We handle complex commercial litigation. What sets us apart is our attorneys are ready to meet that challenge. They don't back down from a fight, and when we fight, we win. But what comes with cases at that level, at that severity level, is inevitably a struggle. Our clients sometimes can't work, they can't contribute to their family in the way that they used to. And what sets the firm apart is that we're ready, whether through resources, guidance, assistance, to make sure that our clients get back on their feet. Gomez Law fights, Gomez Law cares.
And you guys care about the community, which leads us to why we are here tonight. Why do you guys support Thursday Night Lights?
So Mr. Gomez has devoted his entire life to the community. For over 50 years, he's put the community first, and that means putting people first. And our kids, our youth, the students, at the high school level, and particularly student athletes. And so when the firm is available to put themselves out there and contribute to things just like Thursday Night Lights, we're going to do that.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Leslie. You guys, I'm going to send it back to you guys. We feel like we're back in high school with being down here. We're having so much fun.
All right, thank you, Michaela. We appreciate the Gomez Law Firm and all they do for Thursday Night Lights, being our presenting sponsor again this year. Always great to have them on board. Brandeis 1st and 10, hands it straight ahead, gain of about 2.
Yeah, it bears repeating with what the Gomez Law Firm is doing around town. I mean, whether it's sponsoring young fighters, young boxers, or young journalists around town, they're doing great stuff on social media. Gomez Law has been there every step of the way. It's really, really cool to see.
Yeah, great family. Had a chance to meet Mr. and Mrs. Gomez a few times, and great people. Passing down for Smith, and look at the ease in which he slung it down there. It'll be pass interference on Regan. But Chuck, right off the bat, you can see why he's got an offer from UTSA. The ball just comes out of his hand like he's Aaron Rodgers or something.
Yeah, you're not kidding. I mean, this guy, he's special in a lot of ways. I mean, he's got the size, he's got the arm, he's got the poise. Still an underclassman. 38 was pretty good there at the end of the run, or the end of the tree route there, but did a lot of damage before that happened.
Automatic first down. They'll keep the run. And Smith maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Looks like he lost a yard. Hadn't had a lot of success running the football. Although he comes in with 1,000 yards on the year. He's lost his footing a couple of times tonight. Was short on that first drive of picking up the sticks and then lost a yard there. But boy, was he impressive when he lets her rip.
Yeah, you know, that time he did lose, he lost his footing. But that might have been the best thing that happened to him because there were a couple of Regan Rattlers there ready to make contact.
Trips to the left-hand side. He's looking that way, takes the check down. It's complete, but a good tackle coming up there by number 38, the young man who had the penalty earlier, and that's Jaden Bullock.
Yeah, Jaden doing a great job there closing. And, you know, with Winter's arm strength, you saw it right there. I mean, he's throwing it across the field, and he's throwing seeds over there. And so you would think reaction time would be a little bit slower by that Reagan defense, but not on that particular throw. They were elite.
They emptied the backfield here. Smith on a run, up the middle, close to the marker. I think he's short by a full yard. It'll be 4th down and 1, but this is one of those areas of the field where he might consider going for it.
I don't think there's any question given what Reagan's already done here on offense, and Reagan doing an outstanding job to stop Winters short. However, you could see that young man was determined to kind of take this on his shoulders right there, and if he couldn't get it, at least get it close. That was one heck of a way to finish that run, headstrong.
So 4th and 1. Here's Smith, quarterback keep all the way, trying to string it, picks up the first down. And a nice job there by Jerron Morris. I thought Chucky was in trouble, but he found a little space and hit the hole.
Yeah, and shout out to Israel Gutierrez, the junior right tackle, and Sergio Salazar, the senior right guard. Those guys held their blocks just long enough, and Morris, who you pointed out, is having one heck of a year as well.
It's a mega furniture first down here in the second quarter as Smith keeps. Brought down from behind, again picks up about 1.5 yards.
Well, you can kind of see what Broncos head coach Kimmy Lewis is doing right here, right? He wants all the eyes on the quarterback to try to loosen up some of the stuff that's going on right now because Reagan is really packing it in.
2nd down and 8. They'll check the sidelines. Morris in the backfield. Smith gonna run it, trying to get to the edge, gets to the sideline, gets out of bounds. At about the 38-yard line, short of the marker, it'll be 3rd down and about 4.
Like I said, I like what they're doing right here. My guy's faster than your guys. We're gonna run our wide receiver, make him run a deep fly, see if he can clear out a little bit of the space over there, and it's a nice little pickup here to make it 3rd and roughly 3.
That's what we'll call it, long 3. 3 wide receivers to the left. And Morris in the backfield. And we've got a movement up front. I believe it was on Brandeis, a false start, and it is.
Offense, number 63, 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
They don't have a lot of size, Brandeis, outside at wide receiver. He got some fast, shifty guys. Try to get somebody open, and obviously that is a untimely penalty. Turns 3rd and 3 into 3rd and 8 overnight.
Seen the Broncos equal parts run and pass tonight. Smith gonna keep, and he's not going anywhere. As that Reagan defense, Landon Herrera, the junior safety, comes up to make the tackle.
Landon doing a great job there, filling the void, stopping that run for next to no gain, but it's the second time on this drive we've seen Winter Smith having a hard time getting those cleats stuck in the turf.
4th down and 7 from the Regan 42. Smith back to pass. Throws over the middle and almost completes it. A great job to knock it out. That was just a fantastic defensive play as Jaden Bullock has bounced back from his pass interference call with 2 great plays. That ball was caught and he just knocked it away.
Indeed.
10-0, Regan leads it. We're turning it over to the Rattlers when we come back.
We are having a great time with Joe and Alejandro from Beluga Air. We were just dancing to Baby Shark. We're having a good time, right, Alejandro? Yeah. Okay, so Joe, tell me a little bit about why you guys support Thursday Night Lights.
So it's just important to give back to the community. It's the community that gives to Beluga Air, and us giving back to the students. They're in school and they're athletes, so we'd like to give back to them.
And you guys are all about community, but you guys also are different than other companies, right? So tell me, what sets you guys apart?
The biggest thing that sets us apart is myself and my management team, that we just believe to do the right thing. If we didn't do the mission statement to be reliable, dependable, and efficient service, then we deserve, to make it right to you. So it's just about taking care of the customers. We're a family operated business, so we're here for the people.
And if people want to get in contact with you guys, how can they do that?
You can call 210-468-5977, or you can definitely go to our website, mybelugaair.com.
Okay, perfect. Okay, Alejandro, I have a question for you. Why do people need to trust Beluga Air?
Don't buy money, got me.
Good job.
Ooh, good job. Don't blow your money. Call Beluga Air. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to send it back to you guys. It's a good time out here.
We've been working on that all year.
Well, he got it. I'm so glad.
He got it. Don't blow your money. Call Beluga Air. Alejandro. Matt would be proud.
Ethan Hamlin on the carry, brought down by C.J.
Well, how come she got him to do it the first try and it took 8-9 weeks when Matt was there? We shouldn't be trolling Matt. He's not here to defend himself.
It's kind of like Beauty and the Beast, right? I mean,
well said.
Frankenstein's a little intimidating.
Yeah, our man Matt. Love you, Matt.
Love you, Matt. Hope you're watching.
Ethan Ham on the H-back. Mercy. This guy would not go down on first contact. And I just cannot say enough positive things about what these big beasties are doing up front for the Regan Rattlers. I mean, these dudes are a load across the board. Maybe not the biggest dudes in size.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 55 of the offense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the play. It'll be second down. Please reset the game clock to 6:45, 5:45, 5:45.
And we're back in 15 seconds.
At Brazilian Top Team San Antonio, our kids and teen classes build more than strength. From anti-bullying to mental resilience, your child becomes part of a community that lifts them up. Sign up today for a free trial class at bttsa.com.
So 2nd and 18 now for Cody Ragsdale and company. 2 receivers to the right, looks that way, rolls that way. Ragsdale's going to fire underneath. It's caught. Not much of a gain. Completed to Jericho Espinoza, the young sophomore.
Yeah, how about Jacob Gomez, the senior for Brandeis, playing with a little nasty himself right there with a vicious tackle to bring up 3rd and long.
Penalty really setting the Regan Rattlers back here on this drive. Brandeis trying to get off the field here on 3rd and long. We'll call it 16. New quarterback in here for Regan. That's Jace Heiser going deep down the sideline. It's almost picked off. Good job coming over Alexander Taylor, the free safety. Just kind of knocking it away, knowing that it's 4th down and the Rattlers will be punting it. Thought he could have made a play for an interception, but just goes one-handed and knocks it away.
Yeah, 2 guys back there, and these Broncos got a bunch of new guys in terms of their defensive backfield, and they are really playing well. They played really well here tonight.
During the 4th quarter of tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Punt backs Brandeis all the way back to the 10-yard line, going south of that, brought down around the 6, and just really impressive special teams play by the Rattlers. Brandeis will have it deep in their own territory when we come back.
If you are looking for some fun after the game, you might want to head to Rush Max. We have Ethan here and Rocky, and they're going to tell us a little bit more about what you can expect. So, Ethan, tell me, what is your guys' mission at Rush Max?
So our main mission at Rush Max is to take families away from the stress of their normal lives and help give them somewhere to, gather and have fun and make new memories with their little ones and loved ones, stuff like that.
See, perfect for after the game. Okay, Ethan, what can people do there? I know you guys have food, games, name them all for us.
So we do have something called Neoverse that is our state-of-the-art bowling lanes, big old LED screen across the back. We got a soft play area for the little ones, laser tag, go-karts, and 80-game arcade, as well as a concession stand and a 40-person bar right in the middle for the adults to enjoy themselves.
Okay, so there is literally something for everyone. You guys make sure to head to Rush Max after the game or this weekend. It's almost the weekend, Thursday Night Lights, and then Friday, and then it's time to, have a good time. Thank you so much, Rocky and Ethan. Make sure to go to Rush Max, guys. I'm going to send it back to you.
Thanks, Michaela. Big play by the Regan defense there. Brandeis backed up to their 1-yard line, and Chuck, they're just dominating up front.
Well, 95 scoring through their Colt Galan, and, Don, they're rotating 9 guys into the 4 spots. They're undersized by most people's scorecard, but they got a bunch of linebackers essentially playing D-line, and it really shows up in the speed department. These dudes are fast, they play hard, and as Coach says, they do what we need them to do. You saw it right there on display.
There's a hands to the face penalty on the Rattlers, though, and so that's a 15-yard penalty. And Brandeis bailed out here because they were inside the 1. Here it is up front. Kind of hard to see, but a penalty nonetheless. And a new set of downs for the Broncos. They run it on 1st down. Morris gets back to the line of scrimmage. They'll give him a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 8. They'll give him 2 yards.
Tell you what, it's getting a little gritty, to say the least, in the trenches. Guys are getting after each other, and I tell you, on both sides of the ball up front, Regan has really, really stepped up tonight.
Be 2nd down and 8. Smith rolls out, pivots out of it, now gonna run it, got some speed. Winter Smith, look out, tripped up. He was 1 man away from busting that one the distance. Flag down way back here. Trailing the play, and it may be a personal foul against Regan.
Personal foul, illegal hand to the face. 98 of the defense. 15-yard penalty will be added into the play. 1st down.
He was way back away from the play, trailing the play, so it doesn't really affect what you saw on the actual blocking scheme, but it will add 15 to the end of it.
I just love that play design right there. That was really, really nifty. Looked like Winter was going to go right, but no, it was going to boot it out to the left, and he had Morris over there, 28, to help him block. Both of his receivers were covered downfield, and then you can see how quickly Winter Smith decides he's going to run with it, how quickly he can scat it downfield.
Hands off instead. This time, Jerron Morris, nowhere to go.
And Morris is an interesting story too, Don, as we have a stoppage in the clock.
Timeout on the field.
They'll take a timeout. It's the 2-minute timeout. Boy, is this half just flying by.
Yeah, this whole game, we were told, don't be surprised if you see a 2-hour ball game, and so far it's tracking in that direction. But as we take a look at Emiliano Berlin's numbers there on the season in terms of his height and weight, having a fantastic year. I mean, again, getting back to Morris, 28 for Brandeis. This guy, you talked about the big week that he had last week, but this guy honestly has been a terror all year. And what's really, really cool about his story is that he was on JV last year, and that's stacked Brandeis varsity last year. And Kimmy Lewis has made no bones about it. He goes, we knew we would be good this year. We thought we'd score a bunch of points. We thought it'd take a while maybe for our defense to grow up, but the biggest surprise maybe on the entire team is we really didn't know what we had at running back. And to think that Morris has come out and done what he's done, you know, a yes sir, no sir kid. He competed on the JV level last year. To do what he's done, I mean, there's a reason why Brandeis, many reasons actually, but you know, when you're talking about this team in this league and playing for second place in this league tonight on the final week of the reg, you know, it's you got guys like Morris who are, you know, testament to what they've done and to what that young man's been coached up to do.
22 touchdowns, 5 last week against Roosevelt, 4 the week before against O'Connor, 3 against Churchill, 4 against Madison. Smith gets to the edge and gets out of bounds.
Winter Smith on the carry, forced out by Landon.
Forced out of bounds. It'll be 3rd down and about 5.
Winter doing a great job of kind of taking what Reagan's defense is giving, which isn't a whole lot to this point, obviously, as you take a look at the score. The Snakes doing an outstanding job of just staying in their lanes and keeping everything in front of them.
Big play for Brandeis here, down 10-0. Nearing the end of the half. Smith gonna throw it out there, caught. Got right to the marker with a forward progress, and I think they're gonna move the chains and give him Omega Furniture first down.
You may have your collision of the game right there, too. What an outstanding tackle in the open field. Yep, they picked up the sticks, but woo! 2 getting some on that play. Jaden Horace.
So here we go. 1:45 to go in the half. Brandeis trailing by 10. It's a Mega Furniture first down for Winter Smith. Gonna throw it and complete it out to the outside. That's Sean Evans on the reception. Stops the clock. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
And you see what Winter's doing on these last 2 throws, Don, in terms of his shoulders. He's squaring them in the middle of the field, and then he's deciding where to go with the football, and that's really giving the Reagan defense less reaction time to get to the ball. That's some really nice looks.
2nd and 5. Morris straight ahead, short of the line to gain.
And at some point, we're going to be looking for 94 because he is a stud.
They lined him up to the right, and he's there again, the tight end. Nick Barber going to play in our San Antonio Sports All-Star game. Morris gets to the 20, and that's going to, again, move the chains. And that'll be a Mega Furniture first down inside the Absolute Power red zone. So Brandeis threatening here before the half to make this a 3-point game.
Yeah, really outstanding clock management as they walk it down the field here. And obviously that's the goal, right? You want to get some points for sure, but you want to make extra sure that Reagan has touched the ball for the last time in this half.
Inside of 30 seconds, Smith rolling to his left, now going to throw back this way, got a man wide open. That's your man Barber, you called it, inside the 5 to the 4.
Now the coaches are seeing the same things we are. I mean, he was running free on the last throw, and he's one of your dudes, right? I mean, this is a guy that was going to go to Army as well. Now is going to go to University of New Mexico. We'll get into that story as the night goes on, but this guy, What a great kid. What a great family. I got to meet them. I got a chance to meet them tonight while we were all picking up dinner. Happenstance, ran into each other. It's a great story.
Here's Smith. Buying some time now, fires. Got a man back of the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Brandeis. Before halftime, Ty Jeter with the grab.
Oh, you got to love Ty Jeter, if nothing else. That's one heck of a baseball name, Ty Jeter. Coming free in the back of the end zone, and a great sell job again with the shoulders by one Winter Smith. We got us a football game going into halftime.
Cantu on to kick the extra point. And it's, I believe, barely got it through. It's good, but we've got a whistle. And hey, TNL highlights teams that are making a difference in our communities with the Beyond the Game program. Let's hear more from San Antonio Sports and Valero.
Every day, our high school and middle school coaches work hard to help athletes reach their maximum potential while also teaching life lessons through sports. Beyond the Game provides a platform to support our coaches as they develop athletes beyond the basic X's and O's.
Valero's commitment to integrity, respect, teamwork, excellence, and community service is reflected in every aspect of our work and community involvement. We're proud to partner with San Antonio Sports to acknowledge the next generation of leaders who embrace these values.
We are thrilled to have Valero on our team. They are a company that lives their values and makes San Antonio a better place for all of us. Having Valero as a teammate for Beyond the Game will help this program continue to positively impact more teams, coaches, and families. Teams will be recognized in the San Antonio High School All-Star Football Game in the Alamo Dome. If you want to nominate, you can visit sanantoniosports.org and learn more about the program and nominate a team or individual today.
There's Ty Jeter. He's got himself a touchdown. Nice catch in the back of the end zone. Just 18 seconds to go here in the half.
Looks like a young Ben Sims over there with that hair. Shout out Ben Sims. Catching the ball like Ben Sims too with that 6.
Setting us up for a great second half.
Sure is. A nice ball game brewing here between two outstanding football programs and two teams that are bound for the postseason, and we just see how the postseason's already setting up. I cannot believe, Don, some of these matchups we're going to have in the first round. It's going to be an unbelievable first week of the postseason in this here region for sure.
Regan knows they'll have Brennan in week 1 of the playoffs. Brandeis, they're set. They're locked in to the 1 seed on the smaller level, the Division II, and they'll play the loser of tonight's game between Harlan and Sotomayor. So it's Regan Brennan next week. Brandeis will take on the loser of Harlandale and Sotomayor tonight. Don't forget the Christus Children's $5,000 band grant goes to one of the great bands that we've seen all year tonight, your last night to vote. We're going to see some good ones. You can scan the QR code to vote for your favorite band that you saw this year. Got to be 18. And again, the band that gets the most votes will get the $5,000 band grant.
Yeah, and you know, we got the state band finals coming up early next week in the Alamo Dome, and shout out my nephew, he's a freshman at Belton. And if I would have told you, they're coming here, I should say, but if I would have told you that Belton was 6A, what would you think about that?
Man, what's not 6A now, right? Little onside kick here.
Hello.
Ball goes out of bounds. That should not be a flag because it was touched by Regan.
Flag on the play.
Let's see what the call is. officials talking it over. If they're calling the flag because it went out of bounds, I believe it was touched by Regan, and that shouldn't.
Offside on the kicking team. That penalty's declined. Free kick out of bounds on the kicking team. The penalty wouldn't be enforced 5 yards from the out of bounds spot. First down, Regan.
We're back in 15 seconds.
At Brazilian Top Team San Antonio, our kids and teen classes build more than strength. From anti-bullying to mental resilience, your child becomes part of a community that lifts them up. Sign up today for a free trial class at bttsa.com.
All right, so as we discussed, they pick up the flag because the ball was touched, so there is no free kick out of bounds, and they declined the offside, so Regan will have a couple of snaps here, maybe 2 plays, with 13 seconds to go in the half.
You know, Alexander Taylor took a shot there during that scrum. He's going to stay in the ball game.
So Regan backing it up. They'll spot it at about the 18-yard line. A close 10-7 ball game here at Ferris Stadium. And just a little victory formation here. Nope. They run out of it. Shotgun with Bridges. And here he is. He'll be brought down across the 15 to about the 16-yard line, and that'll be half. The Regan Rattlers leading Brandeis, but the Broncos are back in this football game after a late first half touchdown by Ty Jeter on the pass from Winter Smith. When we come back, it'll be our DH Plumbing halftime show. We'll hear from both bands. David Chancellor joins us with the Scholar Athletes of the Week. Stick around. The halftime show is next.
Tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Lights is sponsored by Little Caesars, the Gomez Law Firm, Beluga Air, DH Plumbing, Rush Max, Mega Furniture, San Antonio Sports, Valero, Absolute Power Electrical Contractors, Christus Children's, Gautier Formal Dresses, The Good Feet Store, Collision Experts of Alamo Heights, South Texas Family Medicine and Urgent Care, TELUS Equipment, Ideal Precision Roofing, Brazilian Top Team, and Monarch Trophy Studio. Welcome to the DH Plumbing Halftime Report.
Welcome back. It's halftime here at Ferris Stadium. Regan leads Brandeis 10-7 in a good one here on our DH Plumbing halftime show. The Regan Rattler Band has taken the field here, a very impressive-looking group, big numbers across the board. And this week we spoke with their band director. Take a listen.
I'm Brett Nelson. I'm the director of bands here at Ronald Reagan High School. This is my second year at Reagan. And overall, I think this is my 18th year in teaching. So we have 350 kids in the program, staying between our brass, woodwind, and percussion students, along with our color guard. And then we use a visual ensemble, which is a collection of dancers from the dance department. And so our makeup is kind of, honestly, it's about half juniors and seniors, half sophomores and freshmen. So we're very fortunate enough to have a good mixture of kids, both on the new side, but then also on the returners for their leadership and guidance. This year's show is entitled Not So Simple, and it's based off a very common Quaker tune called Simple Gifts that Aaron Copeland used in his masterwork, Appalachian Spring. And so we take that melody and kind of twist it upside down a little bit and do all these little variations. And then finally, at the end of our production, we give the song as it's intended. And then the visual component of that also matches that. We have a lot of simplicity, but then a lot of complexity, and it's a nicely coordinated program. So our competition season has been very successful. We just finished up the UIL State Marching Contest, where we placed 7th in 6A. Prior to that, we were very fortunate enough to place first at the Bands of America Central Texas Regional. And then this upcoming week, we travel to Indianapolis to participate in the Bands of America Grand National Competition. None of this success would be possible without my colleagues, primarily starting at the middle school level with our middle school band feeders of Bush and Lopez Middle Schools here in Northeast, our wonderful support staff that we have here, the rest of my colleagues, and last but not least, our wonderful administration and our parent club. And without those parents, we couldn't do anything without them.
Oh, what a treat it is watching this Regan High School band do their thing here tonight on Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights. Now it's time for the Christus Children's $5,000 band grant. So to vote for these Regan High School marching band members and their squad, scan the QR code on your screen. Now remember, you must not only be 18 years old to do this, but please, if you're watching on the internet tonight outside of the San Antonio city limits, please only do this if you live in our viewing area.
San Antonio middle and high school athletes are doing great things for our community. San Antonio Sports and Valero are shining a light on teams and individuals who model key values through their actions. This week, we salute two schools whose community projects demonstrate beyond the game values. The East Central boys basketball team packed 447 boxes and prepared over 97,000 meals with Feed My Starving Children, helping feed 264 kids for an entire year. Their teamwork, compassion, and heart prove that real champions go beyond the game and into the community. Southwest High School girls basketball team teamed up with Brooke Matula and the South Texas Regional Adaptive and Parasports at Morgan's Wonderland. Together, they shared laughs, built friendships, and gained a whole new perspective on teamwork, helping Team Straps prepare for their upcoming tournament. These athletes demonstrated the beyond the game values of integrity, respect, teamwork, excellence, and community service.
You're watching the DH Plumbing Halftime Report.
Welcome back to halftime. It's the DH Plumbing Halftime Show. Regan leads Brandeis 10-7. Halftime show rolls on. As always, it's time for our Beluga Air Scholar Athletes of the Week. At the end of the year, Beluga Air will present a $10,000 scholarship to one of the students that we feature this season on TNL. David Chancellor introduces us to this week's Scholar Athletes.
Ethan Hamlin is a stud for Regan football. 3-year letterman, captain, two-way player.
Football or wrestling? You got to choose.
Football is king. At least it was, until he found wrestling in high school.
Definitely wrestling. You know, I love football, but there's a different feeling like when you get that win on the mat. I told my mom after the first match, like, that was the hardest thing I've ever done, but like I couldn't stop smiling. And I got my butt whipped. I lost, but it was awesome.
He played Pee Wee football as a kid, but wrestling offers something football can't. In fact, no sport does.
Is it like that sort of gladiator feel?
It's like you're the guy. You're the only guy making decisions. You're literally the coach, player. You're everything. Like because you're making the decisions. You have to decide what you're doing, and then whoever wins. And it feels amazing.
He is an A student, a volunteer for the food bank, and he loves coaching younger kids in 7-on-7. Mr. All-American, right? Did I mention he wants to serve in the Army or as a firefighter, or both?
athletics is such a big part of my life, and I want to like use that to help other people, and use my athleticism and use some of my talents to help other people.
Sylvie Goldblatt loves to dance. It's in her soul, and she pours that out in every performance for the Brandeis Lariat dance team.
Every time we perform, you don't do it just for yourself. You do it for the people around you. You do it for those who look up to you, who might be in your place that aren't there yet. It's just the best feeling ever.
So is winning, and Sylvie and her teammates do plenty of that.
I am definitely most proud of our 4th national title at NDA. It was an insane feeling.
You're national champion.
We are national champions.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Her team voted her best in game day, most spirit, top scholar, and social president.
It honestly makes me feel so loved and appreciated to know that other people have been noticing the hard work that I put in, and what goes around comes around. So the people that have shown me support, I'm all for it to give it back to them.
The honors don't stop with dance. 102 GPA, student council. She even co-founded a program to help kids at the Ronald McDonald House. But maybe best of all, she's an AP scholar with distinction. And by the time she graduates, she will have passed all 15 of her AP exams.
My advice is to honestly just do it all. I mean, you can never have too many things to do, but also take it one day at a time. Because something happens, you get a bad grade on an assignment, you take a look at it, in the whole entire world, it's one little speck. And you can always bounce back from things. Something I've learned that dance has taught me, joining so late in my life, is that it's actually never too late to do the things you love.
You're watching the DH Plumbing Halftime Report.
Welcome back to our halftime show, DH Plumbing style, and as you can see on the field now, we've got a change of bands. The Brandeis High School Marching Band is on the field, and earlier this week, we talked to their band director.
My name is Patrick Aguirre, and I'm the director of band at Louis D. Brandeis High School. This is my 4th year at the high school. It's been 4 wonderful years, and now we're just looking ahead just for some wonderful moments with these kids. Our marching band size throughout the fall semester is 210. This includes our percussion studio, woodwind, brass, and also our color guard and field dance company. So it's a really large visual ensemble for Louis D. Brandeis High School. We have our band senior recognition night. So we'll not only be performing for the dance team, which are the Lariats, they'll have their senior recognition, and then it will go into band senior recognition. After we have our piece, the percussion studio is going to be performing our marching show this season. They have a standalone season as well, and they're ending it this Saturday at their South Texas Drumline Festival. So what will be neat is to see the percussion studio performing. We're basically at the tail end of our competition season, and we are looking for the football playoffs happening next week, actually. Our show is called The Forbidden this season. Some of the music that we are playing are Spartacus by Jan Vanderroos. We're playing The Uninvited by Alanis Morissette, which featured a really neat electric violin soloist. And then our last tune is from the movie The Wind and the Lion. The music was composed by Jerry Goldsmith. The band's been doing an awesome job of bringing the show to life. Some of the contests that we went to and had some success at were, we went to U.S. Band Hill Country, U.S. Band Austin Regional, and we were grand champion at both regionals. We did also go to the Comal Marching Classic, which we got first place, so 6A bands. We got our first divisions at UIL region, and then we went over to UIL area, representing Northside and Area 8 out of 22 bands. We earned 5th, making a state alternate, just 1 away from the state marching contest. The kids have been elated this season and just really enthusiastic about putting the show on the field. It definitely takes a team and an amazing team that we have at Brandeis High School. Our associate directors are David Swatters, we have Joshua Connor, and we have Stephen Gress, really making sure that the show is complete and the program is just solid. Definitely want to give a huge thanks and to support to our Brandeis Bronco Band Boosters. This booster program, which is all of our parents and even alumni, this truly makes this program thrive. And of course, support from our wonderful principal, Dana Gilbert Perry, and then our fine arts administrators. We have John Dominguez overseeing band, and then Elizabeth Sanchez Lopez overseeing the District of Fine Arts. And they're just doing a wonderful job.
Ladies and gentlemen, the highly decorated Brandeis Marching Band, and you know what time it is now. It's time for the Christus Children's $5,000 band grant. To vote for the Brandeis High School Marching Band, all you gotta do is scan the QR code that you see on your screen. Must be 18 and live in the viewing area. I want to make sure you remember that. And thanks again to Christus Children's once again for sponsoring this year the $5,000 band grant.
You're watching the DH Plumbing Halftime Report.
Welcome back to the DH Plumbing Halftime Report. It's Regan 10, Brandeis 7 here at Ferris Stadium. The final week of Little Caesar Thursday Night Lights. As you see, the teams are coming back on the field, but first, time to take a look at our first half highlights. The Regan Rattlers got on the board first. Cody Ragsdale, who showed some speed in the first half, got in here on the 2-yard touchdown run to make it 7-0. They made it 10-zip off the foot of Andre Salazar on the short field goal, and then right before halftime, Winter Smith hit Ty Jeter in the back of the end zone. That got Brandeis on the board to cut the lead to 10-7. That's where we stand when we come back with second half action.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
Trips over here. Here's a little bubble. They complete it. Southwest stays at home, but check this out. Still on his feet, breaking free to the 40. Showing speed. Will they catch him? They won't. Touchdown, John J. Mustangs. That's the coach's son, Miles Gutierrez.
He's a good pitcher. He'll pitch it downfield. Got a man wide open, caught in stride, gone. Touchdown, Bryson Oliver. 76 yards on the throw and catch.
Bryson Oliver, 5'7", 160, and Oliver.
4. Swing pass to the right side. This has a chance. It was to a lineman. It's going to be a touchdown. It's a trickeration, a trick play. Airborne, the air raid strike. Strike up, the airborne fight on.
His 28th rivalry matchup. Oh, batted in, picks up out of the air and headed the other way for a pick six. Corey Maynard in the end zone for the touchdown.
Wow, that was a great play. Come in, red pass, got the hands up, batted the ball away, intercepted it, and took it to the end zone.
Riverdale looking to even the game up on the opening offensive series. Hampton connects. Touchdown Warriors. Luke Tritch, his first career.
Tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Lights is sponsored by Little Caesars, the Gomez Law Firm, Beluga Air, DH Plumbing, Rushmax, Mega Furniture, San Antonio Sports, Valero, Absolute Power Electrical Contractors, Christus Children's, Gautier Formal Dresses, The Good Feet Store, Collision Experts of Alamo Heights, South Texas Family Medicine and Urgent Care, TELUS Equipment, Ideal Precision Roofing, Brazilian Top Team, and Monarch Trophy Studio.
We are back at Ferris Stadium for the second half of TNL Little Caesar Thursday Night Lights, the final chapter here on this regular season. Playoffs start next week. Time for our Good Feet Store second half kickoff. Regan, I believe, will be doing the honors. And Brandeis will have the football first here in the second half.
And it was so important for Brandeis what they did at the end of the half. Obviously, not only to get back in this football game, but really steal a possession there at the end as well. So they get it back to back.
Broncos on their way to the playoffs under Coach Kimmy Lewis. As I said, they will play the Harlan Sotomayor loser. Those two teams playing tonight. And Regan already knows their playoff assignment. They'll get Brennan in round one. So a couple of nice matchups there'll be a few across the area next week.
Yeah, and looking on the land with the Brandeis Broncos and talking to Kimmy Lewis this week, we talked about, obviously, Johnson and Regan have been the class of this league for pretty much always. And, you're going to have to win some of these games, of course, you think at some point, but I think more importantly for them, too, he said it's really important. You want to put yourself into a position to be where we're at, which is the winner of this game gets second place in the league. But, you got to beat the Clarks. You got to beat the Madisons. And you got to beat all those other teams that are kind of in your same spot in terms of the size of the school. And Brandeis was able to do that this year based on that man right there running the offense. Obviously, it was nice to have a starting quarterback back. And then the fact that their defense grew up as quickly as it did. Let's see what the second half has in store.
It's a rush max first down for Winter Smith and his crew. He turns and hands off to Morris, and Morris is not going anywhere. Coming up again to make a tackle is a kid who's had a really good game here tonight, and that's number 38 for the Regan Rattlers. Had a pass breakup. Jaden Bullock had some nice tackles on the outside.
Yeah, and even on the PI, Don, he was really good at the end of the route tree, but got a couple of little hands in there, got a little handsy on the way up it. But yeah, you're right. He's been absolutely stellar this evening.
Second down and 10. As they check the play call. 2 split wide to the right for Smith. They'll hand it inside again to Morris, who's going nowhere fast. Again, Regan coming up right from the outside, and that was the linebacker, Emiliano Berlin.
They're just staying at home and rallying to the football. Regan has been outstanding tonight in the box.
Third down and 10 for Smith. 5 wide, 3 to the right, 2 to the left, man over the middle, caught! Across the 40, down to the 44-yard line. What a pitch and catch by the Bronco offense. Winter Smith hitting Lane Watkins, the sophomore, in stride over the middle.
You talk about a timing play. That had to be a dime on time because of the jump that Regan got off the edge here. Great route, great throw, and Winter Smith is heating up.
Run it here. Across the 50, right to midfield anyway, is Jaron Morris. Going over the 1,500-yard mark tonight. It'll be second down and 5.
Ricky Morris, their kick returner, coming in doing a really nice job to shut that one down there to stop the play. But, man, this Morris has been something else. He kind of does a little of this and a little of that. And as mentioned, he has turned heads every step of the way. Guy that doesn't complain, just comes to work, brings his lunch pail and hard hat, and he's starting to heat up.
Nick Barber lines up in the backfield. He'll block straight ahead for Smith. Smith still on his feet, makes a move across the 30, across the 25 to the 24-yard line. Big number 94, Nick Barber, fired up. He led the way right up the middle. Made a huge block on Higbee, and that freed his quarterback.
Tell you what, these guys are playing through the whistle. You gotta love it. It is heating up here in the third quarter on both sides. They're ratcheting up the intensity level. Both coaches this week talked about the importance of this ball game. Maybe not so much in terms of, hey, whether or not we're going to go to the playoffs, but both of these teams looking for momentum and to maintain what they've done to get here.
Smith going to sling it out to the right, almost picked off. Good coverage and good closing speed there on the corner by Steven Robinson.
Yeah, feels like a playoff game in November, doesn't it? Well, we're in November, and it ain't the playoffs yet, but both of these teams showing you a little bit about how important every one of these ball games is, and you're not taking anything off or anything for granted.
He's second down and 10. They empty the set. 5 wide, bring a man in motion. And they'll hand it off. Across the 20, into the absolute power red zone is Jerron Morris.
Everybody's giving him some different looks at the line of scrimmage and then countering, going the other way. A lot of room for 28 to get ahead of steam right there and plowing through to finish off that run in style.
Third down and 5. Nice snap. Morris gets close to the 15, and I believe he's got the first down. They wave the chains ahead. It'll be a Rush Max first down, and here comes Brandeis looking to perhaps tie it up or take the lead as we take a look at our Gautier formal dresses band cam. Boy, how great were those two band performances at halftime.
Outstanding. Hard to figure out which one was better, right?
Oh, just terrific. New set of downs. Morris again to the 5, to the 6.
It's just hard for me to believe that this guy, a senior, was on JV last year. I mean, did you see that cut?
Yeah, guys, I think at that age, you never know when they're going to develop. Maybe just a late bloomer.
And he has taken the load and run with it. And as Kimmy Lewis told us, he's earned every right to be on varsity, and boy, is he producing.
Here he is again. And this time the Regan defense holds firm right at the 5-yard line. That's Higbee.
Yeah, he ain't a little guy either, man. He's putting that foot in the rug, doing a great job, and then turning it up with authority. Got a man down.
Got a Rattler slow to get up, and Morris comes up holding his shoulder as well. Don't forget, coming up in the fourth quarter, it's our school bus stop of the game. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing, and that's coming up later in the fourth quarter.
Now, as we have a stoppage in play here to try to figure out exactly what the injury is and to whom. This has been a pretty impressive back-to-back drive performance by these Brandeis Broncos.
And we're back in 15 seconds.
At Brazilian Top Team San Antonio, our kids and teen classes build more than strength. From anti-bullying to mental resilience, your child becomes part of a community that lifts them up. Sign up today for a free trial class at bttsa.com.
And we're back as one of the Regan Rattlers gets helped off to the sidelines.
Brandeis possession, first down, ball to go at the Rattler 5-yard line.
And we'll certainly hope for the best there, because obviously you've got a hotly contested ball game, and we all know what's coming up next week. We want everybody healthy for that.
First and goal. Here's the Broncos. Smith hands inside to Morris. Morris fighting for yardage, and he'll be stopped short. Give him his forward progress. I'll call it the 3. Be second down and goal. I tell you what, Reagan's got some pretty tough backers in there. We know about Higbee, but 44, Emiliano Berlin also bowing up there.
Yeah, and you have a lot of these guys, Don, that go both ways. I mean, heard repeatedly this week from Coach Preston Meyer at Reagan that if we want to go where we want to go, we're going to have to play guys both ways.
Direct snap to Morris goes nowhere again. And again, it's Higbee and company, including the defensive back coming up to make the tackle. I tell you what, Reagan plays so many different guys. That was Aiden Fernandez, the running back, in there on defense.
Yeah, you know, so he's going to get some time at running back. And
here's Morris. No, it's a fake. It's Smith. Did he get over? Touchdown! touchdown, Winter Smith.
Wow. Well, they caught me off guard going quick there.
Second effort by the quarterback. He wasn't quite there until the very end when he spun and reached out his right arm. Let's check it out. Thought he broke the plane there, and then the spin. Really close, with the official right there on the line. And here is the kick to go up by 4 of Zach Cantu. Kick is up, it is good, and the Brandeis Broncos lead for the first time tonight, 5:12 to go here, third quarter.
Sponsored by TELUS Equipment.
All right, so for the first time tonight, we have the Brandeis Broncos and a lead change going in front of Regan, 14-10 here with 5:12 to go in the third. We'll see if the Rattlers can answer. Here's Cantu's kick. It will be long and out of the back of the end zone. What a kick. Multiple whistles here, no penalty flags. And so we'll see how Ragsdale and that Reagan offense can answer. They've been effective on the ground tonight. Edwin Bridges having a nice night. And we told you a little bit earlier about Emiliano Garcia, 3-year letterman, team captain, 2-year track letterman, academic all-district, part of our Ideal Precision Roofing and Exteriors player profile.
They got 4 seniors and a sophomore up front, including 2 tight ends, so they like to go jumbo. They got some undersized guys, but again, it's speed and nasty, and these guys got a lot of that.
Ethan Hamlin, our scholar athlete in there at tight end. Hand it to Bridges. Bridges had one man to beat before he broke that one, and you can tell he's quick into the hole is Edwin Bridges, 680 yards and 4 scores coming into tonight.
Well, we talked about it at the onset about how quick this game might actually go. So possessions are going to be fairly limited. And Reagan, you just get the sense, Don, I mean, these guys, they can ground and pound all day long. You just got to stay away from that killer penalty that kind of hurt them there towards the end of the first half.
Here's Ragsdale, here's Bridges. Again, finding some room behind that big offensive line, and plenty enough. A big gasher there down to the 40-yard line. I'll move the sticks for another rush max first down.
So Reagan trying to counter as we take a look at Edwin Bridges and his variables, 5'9", 170. This is a very interesting game of chess, right? With clock management, stealing possessions at the end of half, and then getting the ball back in the first half. And it's fascinating stuff here in the final week of the Red.
Bridges might be gone. One man to beat, and he couldn't quite beat the last guy that had a chance to bring him down. Lorenzo Hilton made the tackle. But it's another rush max first down as Bridges and this offensive line. Chuck, it's almost as if Reagan is trying to send a message here with this drive as far as wearing you down with their physicality up front.
Yeah, I mean, they are really doing an electric job running the ball tonight. And it is very, very impressive because you know what you're going to get if you're the opposition. A lot of it is just student body left, student body right.
They run behind Hamlin, the big wrestler that we featured at halftime, and he led the way with the block for Bridges there. Ran right behind him, and it's another big gain.
When we look at what Reagan did early on in this year, I mean, I think everybody kind of forgot about him when they started 0-3, but you look at who they're playing, and, you know, they're trying to grow some guys up themselves and find their footing, but you can see why Coach Meyer is super pleased with how this program has developed during the course of the year.
2nd down and 5. Bridges got to be getting tired at some point. Cuts it inside and picks up more yardage. It'll be 3rd down and about 3. But that's about 6 straight carries for Edwin Bridges.
picking his way. He may have gotten picked off by his own man there.
See, you can tell he's got great vision. Here on 3rd and 3. Got to figure it's 2 down territory. Here's the ball spotted at the 41. Check out the 43. It's Bridges again, following that line. Leans forward. He's close to the marker. And they're going to wave it forward. It's going to be a Rush Max first down. As we tick inside of 2 minutes, they'll switch out running backs. And Bridges should get anything he wants on the sideline. Powerade, you deserve it, young man. It's a heck of a series. John O'Para in now as one of the running backs with Ragsdale. They'll hand it to Hamlin, the big tight end. Hamlin down the sideline, cuts it inside, still on his feet. I don't know that he ever went out of bounds. They call it out of bounds right at the 30.
Kimmy Lewis is beside himself. There was a hold as big as Dallas right there, and it went uncalled. So a break for Regan here on 2nd and 3. But again, you're going to get the benefit of the doubt the way they've run the ball tonight.
2nd down and 3. Ragsdale keeping himself. Ragsdale has another first down.
Boy, you take what Ragsdale's done on a lot of these plays, and you talk about making some lemonade right there out of what he was given. Thought that was going absolutely nowhere. He's got amazing feet and an ability to get the ball and turn it upfield quickly. You know, he's completing 60% of his passes. Their other quarterback is completing around 70%. Boy, you really like what this guy brings you in the run game, too. Very, very nice.
Bridges has checked back in. They send 2 to the left, bring a man in motion. Instead, it's Bridges off tackle again, following his blockers and picking up good yardage again, 6 or 7 there. They'll move it inside the 25 down to the 22-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and about 4.
They're doing an outstanding job of when they really need a big-time run of going around the right side. And more often than not, 35 has been living in that 2nd line and 3rd line of defense on the other team.
Last snap of the 3rd quarter coming here. Hamlin moves to the backfield. Joins Bridges back there. They hand it to him again. He follows Hamlin, cuts it inside, and he's short of the first down. It'll be 3rd down and less than 1 when we start 4th quarter action. Brandeis leads it 14-10, but the Regan Rattlers are on the move as we move to the 4th quarter here at Ferris Stadium. All right, here we go. It is 14-10 Brandeis. 4th quarter action, first play of the quarter, 3rd and 1. They give it to Fernandez, and he's got the first down by about a yard.
Some pancaking going on.
Both these teams very physical.
Yeah, and Aiden doing a great job, too, with that cut and go. Getting just what Regan needed at the right time there to keep this drive alive and a fresh set in the final quarter of the regular season.
Regan with a methodical clock-draining drive, ate up most of the 3rd quarter. Now we move on to the 4th. Fernandez, he's fresh after Bridges' work. He did a good job to get a 2nd effort to go inside the 10. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Gain of about 6 for Aiden Fernandez.
This thing is getting really, really interesting down here. And now we got a player down.
Into the play here. Collision between 2 Broncos, and we'll step away. Welcome back. It's 2nd and short, 2 yards. Fernandez right up the middle. And he's got the first down, or close to it. I believe they're going to mark him short. Nope, they're going to give it to him. Late call, but they'll move the chains. It'll be 1st and goal.
I think it's fascinating what they do, playing some of their two-way guys, but get in there for a while and then change of possession will get you catch your breath, and then bam, you're right back out there. 22's had a heck of a ball game on both sides of the ball this evening.
We have a pre-snap whistle here, and Brandeis wants to talk it over defensively. We'll take it with them with 10 minutes to play. Brandeis leads. Regan is threatened. The Chicken Dance taking over Ferris Stadium here at the half, or excuse me, at the timeout. 10 minutes to go. Here's Bridges right up the middle. Bridges to the end zone. Touchdown, Regan. The Rattlers go right back in front. It's Edwin Bridges who's had a big night, especially here in the second half.
Oh, look at all the guys pulling. And then to your point, Edwin Bridges with a full head of steam, not going to be denied the touchdown.
Big Ethan Hamlin leading the way. Our scholar athlete, the big wrestler we introduced you to. Andre Salazar, one of the best kickers in town, adds the extra point, and the Rattlers lead by 3. 9:56 to go. We'll see if the Broncos can answer. We are back. Edwin Bridges with a 4-yard touchdown run to give the Regan Rattlers a 17-14 lead here. 9:56 to play. And both of these teams have had a lot of success running the football, keeping it on the ground, and just moving it right down the field. And Brandeis now has its chance to answer. This has been a tough, physical football game. Both teams trying to prove a point physicality-wise. I wouldn't expect the Broncos to back down at all. They'll try to run it right down your throat with their quarterback, Winter Smith, and their running back, Jerron Morris. Taking a look at our Monarch trophies. We'll hand those out to the winning team tonight. Our MVP and the Monarch Trophy Championship Trophy goes to the winning coach. Monarch Trophy with us another year here on our 17th season of Thursday Night Lights. I think they've been here for all 17. If you need a trophy, an award for your Little League team, for your business, plaques, awards, whatever you need, it's 344-3777. Smith rolling out of it, got speed, he can get the edge, he does, and he picks up good yardage across the 34. Give him 7, it'll be 2nd down and 3.
I just love that play design for this squad, the way they're doing that, right? You give a little look like you might be going right, and then you boot it out the other way, and you've always got that little safety valve to make sure that nobody's going to come over there and get the blind side play. Well done.
3 wide to his right. He goes left instead. Get to the corner again, and will be brought down out of bounds. At about the 37, that'll stop the clock.
You know, Don, I dare say, he who has the ball last win this ball game, the way it's going.
Yep,
And who knows, this might be the last possession, the way these teams are controlling the ball. It's been really, really a masterclass at how to take a drive, make it a long drive, and then how to finish a drive, all while eroding the clock.
Smith on the keep. Smith again following his blockers.
That was a great rip and read there.
Good yardage. 2nd down and 4. Get the sense that Smith is very comfortable with contact, with running. He'll throw it on you, and he'll run it on you.
He's a big man. You're right. Going to be terrorizing teams next year, too, and beyond.
Here's Morris right up the middle. Morris has room. Morris breaking free across midfield, across the 45 and down at the Regan 42-yard line. And Chuck, he was just one little shoestring away from popping out.
This guy's, we talk about guys with feet. He's got them, but how about guys with knees, too? Look, he's still plugging away up there and getting those knees up nice and high. And good pursuit on the back end to make sure it didn't go any further than it did.
New set of downs. It's a Mega Furniture first down for Morris. Here he goes again. Follows his blocker, still on his feet. Across the 35, down to the 33. Close to another first down there.
He just does a great job, too, of selling where it's going, right? I mean, it looked like it was going to maybe go outside. He instantly saw that that's where the pressure was coming from. And then he's just not afraid to take it back inside and make guys miss.
We'll call it 2nd and 1. Clock on the move inside 8 minutes. Broncos trail by 3. Both teams with good kickers. Smith wants to throw it, does to the flat. Good tackle. Coming up from the corner spot is number 1 in your program, Ricky Armstrong. And Morris is down.
He just never had a chance to really come down and survey the field, and Armstrong going right through the ball carrier.
They're taking a look at Morris on the sideline. Looked like he avoided any head and neck issues. He may have just had the wind knocked out of him as he took that shot right in the sternum.
Yeah, Regan's got 4 juniors and a sophomore on the back end, and only 1 is a returner, so they've really grown up in that portion of their defense. And, they had some growing pains early, but that's to be expected when you're running a young crew out there. But it is really paying off this year towards the end of the season. You can only imagine what it's going to look like next.
They got Nick Barber in there, big number 94. He's lined up in that trips formation. Look out for him. Smith will roll and run. Smith with speed. Smith across the 20, down to the 15-yard line is Winter Smith.
He has taken some lumps tonight, but again, I just love the decision-making there at a moment's notice. His blockers were all in place, squared up to do their job, and then look, he sees it and wham. Oh, what a great block too there at the top of the screen. Brandeis doing all the right things when their quarterback decides to take off and run. Shout out Federico Mascola.
Mega Furniture first down. Here's Smith again. Gonna keep again. And he'll be stoned right there at the 15 by Fernandez. He's a little slow getting up, but he's all right. He loves the contact, deceptive speed by the quarterback. And he's kind of put this team on his back here in the second half. On those zone reads, he pulls it a lot. He wants to run it a lot.
Yeah, and they're doing a good job up front too now. Get the quarterback going, and this seems to be working very well for Brandeis with Williams, Boyd, Gloria, Salazar, and Gutierrez. The big fellas up front, the big beasties.
I think they
illegal
moved
snap.
that time.
Number 58, 5-yard penalty, second down.
That'll back them up. And the one place you don't want to get behind the sticks is down here in the red zone, because that could be the difference between the game tying field goal and the go-ahead touchdown.
Yeah, and one thing to keep an eye on too is we've already seen on a couple of extra points, Regan has come within an eyelash of blocking those kicks. So Brandeis has to be very, very careful here. Try to get the touchdown first, and last resort, field goal.
Quarterback draw the entire way there, and Regan now keying on the quarterback. It'll be 3rd down and long.
Yeah, Cacciatore 9 doing an outstanding job of getting off of his block, and that young man, number 9's got 12 tackles for loss on the season and came pretty close to getting himself another one right there.
So here we go. Big play here for the Broncos. Third down, we'll call it 13. To keep this drive alive. Smith under pressure, throws the screen, gets it to Barber. He's got it at the 20, but that's well short. Maybe the line of scrimmage is all it was. It'll be 4th and about 14.
How about the discipline on the back end of the Regan defense, man? This is just like you like. It looks like they're setting up for the screen. They are, but you get the pressure that runs free at the quarterback. You got to have some help on the back end, and pretty much all the DBs are there to help out, along with a few linebackers.
Two very good kickers in this ball game. This is Zach Cantu. They're going to put it down at the 27. It's a 37-yarder to tie it up. Snap and hold are good. Kick has got plenty of distance, and it is right down the middle. Zach Cantu, he's 5 for 6 on the year. That's his new long on the season, and it ties it up. 17 all with 4:19 to go. What a way to close out a fantastic season of Thursday Night Lights. Welcome back. It's our Gautier Formal Dresses Band Cam. Boy, that Reagan band was impressive in their halftime show. What'd you say? They're going to Indianapolis, taking the whole band?
They sure are.
Next week. Brandeis kicking off after tying it up, 4:19 to play. Something tells me we're going to see a healthy dose of Edwin Bridges on this drive. On the kick return, ball's out, scoop, score. They're blowing it dead. They're blowing it dead. And they're going to say he was down. We've got a Bronco down as well.
Yeah, there was a nasty, nasty collision on this one.
Good call. Officials were all over it. Knee was down when the ball came out. Now at the college and pro level, you see them swallow the whistle there and make the decision on replay just in case he's up. It gives the defense a chance if the play was right. The high school level, there is no replay. So they blew it down, and it looks to me like they made the right call.
Yeah, it looked like, man, I don't want to take a guess, but hopefully it's just a sprain, whatever it is, for 3. He's had a heck of a ball game tonight and really played his heart out.
Let's see the very end of this. Watch the right knee of the ball carrier. Right there. It's close. Man, it's close. So Regan, with 4 minutes to go, a Mega Furniture first down. Here's Bridges. Up the middle, takes a shot from the safety coming up from Marco Munoz. As we take a look at our player profile from Ideal Precision Roofing and Exteriors, Lucas Wheeler, the senior linebackers, had a big-time game tonight. He will bring a load. 2nd down and 5. Bridges again. They've been running him all night. He's got a seam, and he's got the first down. And the chains will move. Stop for a second to move them.
Shout out both of these teams for this performance tonight. I mean, we knew we were in for a whale of a game. I don't know that we'd see one this good, Don. I mean, with all that's at stake coming up in the weeks ahead, and for these teams to be laying it out on the line and how clean this game has been overall by both of these teams, wow, what a performance.
Bridges, 5 more across the 35. Clock ticks down to 3 minutes before the next snap. Be 2nd down and 8. I'll tell you who's going to sleep good tomorrow. That's going to be Edwin Bridges.
It's kind of been his MO all year, right? He's the guy.
They fake it to him, play action. Ragsdale's going to keep it himself. Ragsdale's got some incredible speed. And he's roped down right around the collar. Short of the marker, it's 3rd down and 5. Good job by Rosendo Hernandez to come up and make the tackle.
Good job of selling the ball outside before 10 was able to cut it up and maybe get a yard or two more.
Looking at running Bridges behind the left side of that big offensive line. They show blitz. It comes up, and he's short of the 1st down. It's going to be 4th down. And just looking where they spotted here, they didn't give him a very good spot. I thought it was going to be 4th and 1. Looks like it's going to be 4th and 2. And Brandeis is going to burn a timeout here with 2 minutes. Well, it's the 2-minute timeout, so it won't be charged to Brandeis. They'll keep their 2 timeouts. Regan has all 3, and it's just the 2-minute warning timeout.
Well, Brandeis absolutely selling out from one side with the run blitz, and they guessed wrong, but were still able to maintain gap integrity and make this a 4th down play. You surprised they're going for it here?
No, they've had so much success with Bridges here that I believe they think they can get anything. As we take a look at Andre Salazar, he's got a 51-yarder this year. And so he's going to feel pretty confident. It's not Brandon Aubrey, but he's pretty close to being the high school equivalent. Saw the kid from Davenport this year kick one from 53.
I think maybe you play this a little differently if you didn't have playoffs next week. Maybe you think about punting the ball away, play for overtime, but you know, at some point there are bigger fish to fry next week.
Fernandez is in, it won't be Bridges. Maybe you try to get him to jump. They go to Fernandez. He's got it easily. He's 2 yards on the other side of the marker. That'll stop the clock for just a moment as we go inside of 2 minutes. So they go with the fresh back, the guy they trust, Aiden Fernandez, and he gets the 1st down.
Yeah, you got a linebacker playing running back is quite the luxury. Can you imagine 4th and 2, a game like this, and you're able to get a dive play for a 1st? Well done.
Another run blitz coming off the side. Here's Bridges, breaks a tackle. Still on his feet, short down to the 48-yard line. And we go inside 130, and now there's going to be a timeout, and it's going to be taken by the Regan Rattlers, their 1st. They need to get to about the 32, 33 to spot it at the 40 for a 50-yarder, which is right in the range of Salazar.
Yeah, I was watching him before the game, and Regan had all their kickers down there just practicing with the ball teed up, but basically like a golf swing. They didn't have him take a running start or, you know, 2-step drop or anything. It was literally standing over the ball and making contact with the ball like a pendulum. And these guys, at least Salazar was kicking at 30 yards just standing still.
Yeah, he's one of the best in the area. 28 for 28 on point after touchdowns. Make that 29 of 29 after tonight. And on the year, he's 14 of 16. And as long as 51. 2nd down, here's Bridges. Right up the middle, following blockers. Ball's out, but I think they'll blow that down after he picked up a 1st down.
Well, that would be a huge break for Regan. They've already gotten one of those tonight on that muffed kick return. Let's take a look. Yeah, good call. Really good call.
Here he is again over the right side. And they blow that one after about a 5-yard gain. I would say they need about another 10 yards to give Salazar a good chance. And we could either be headed for a walk-off or overtime. 38 seconds to go. Ragsdale wanting to throw, does, caught, got it to about the 32, and that's what I said earlier. That puts him right in line with that 51-yarder, and they've still got 28 seconds to go. I bet you they want another 10 or 15 to make it a little more comfortable for Salazar. Or after all of this, do you pull something out of your bag of tricks and try to throw it, maybe deep?
I'm with you on that. I mean, I think you got to at least try one, right? Because look at how quickly, or how tightly, I should say, Brandeis is at the line of scrimmage.
They're betting on Bridges. They give it to him. Bridges may score. Instead, he's down to the 25-yard line, and Salazar breathes easier now, as they may just decide right now to run this thing down and kick it. Instead, there's a timeout, but a huge run by Bridges, and they're lucky they didn't get called for 15 more with the face mask.
What a hotly contested ball game, going right down to the wire.
Looking at about 39, 40-yarder attempt from here. Salazar seems very comfortable with that range.
I think at this point you're probably asking him, which hash do you like the best?
And we're back in 15 seconds.
At Brazilian Top Team San Antonio, our kids and teen classes build more than strength. From anti-bullying to mental resilience, your child becomes part of a community that lifts them up. Sign up today for a free trial class at bttsa.com.
Want to be in the elevator. So here we go. First down, 21 seconds. Fernandez doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage. We'll see if Regan takes their second. And they do with 9 seconds. Actually, they're letting it run down. Now they're going to burn it. I was watching the coaches. And now they're going to call it with 3 seconds to go. And they are going to rely on the right foot of Andre Salazar. The senior had 3 against Madison, including a 45-yarder. Again, his long 51. And the Rattlers will either walk it off or we'll head to overtime. We could deal with a little OT on the final night of Little Caesar Thursday Night Lights. See the Regan faithful. Coach Preston Meyer looking on. Could not have been a more perfect drive here. Right in the middle between the two hashes. And Salazar puts the tee down on the 29. So it's a 39-yarder for Andre Salazar, and instead they'll freeze him. Brandeis will call the timeout and make him think about it. And we got a lot of good college football on our family of stations for you this weekend. It all starts on Fox SA Friday with SC and Northwestern in a Big Ten battle. A full lineup the next day, including Indiana, #2 team in the country, taking on Penn State. And then on the CW, we've got Stanford, Carolina, Sam Houston, and Oregon State. Navy, Notre Dame, Saturday night on Notre Dame football on News 4. A doubleheader on Fox. Cowboys off, remember. Giants, Bears, Chargers, Niners. And here's Salazar to win the game. and give Regan a 6-4 season record. Snap is up, good. Kick is way long enough and right down the middle, and the Regan Rattlers win it. They walk it off. Andre Salazar. That had 20 yards to spare, and it was true right down the middle. Boy, how impressive these young kickers are these days at the high school level. No playoff implications. Brandeis knows they're going to play the Harlan Sotomayor loser, and Regan knows they're going to play Brennan. And both teams made each other better tonight with a tough, hard-fought, physical, running football attack from both teams. Here's another look at it, and made it look easy. Actually, it wasn't right down the middle. It kind of just snuck in the right side. But Salazar liked it when he hit it, and he knew it. And it was good. Chuck's making his way down to the sideline, and we will hand out the hardware with the Regan coaches and our player of the game. And I can only imagine who that might be. Our final score from Ferris, 20-17, Regan in a good one over the Brandeis Broncos. When we come back, we'll hand out the hardware, the Monarch trophies, to the Regan Rattlers.
Tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Lights is sponsored by Little Caesars, the Gomez Law Firm, Beluga Air, DH Plumbing, Rush Max, Mega Furniture, San Antonio Sports, Valero, Absolute Power Electrical Contractors, Christus Children's, Gautier Formal Dresses, The Good Feet Store, Collision Experts of Alamo Heights, South Texas Family Medicine and Urgent Care, TELUS Equipment, Ideal Precision Roofing, Brazilian Top Team, and Monarch Trophy Studio. Welcome to the Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights postgame show, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
What a game to end our season here on Little Caesar Thursday Night Lights. The Regan Rattlers victorious over Brandeis 20-17. Let's take a look at our game highlights. It was a back and forth affair. They went up front first. Ragsdale leading the Rattlers to a 7-0 lead. They would lead 10-0. As we saw Salazar's first kick of the night, a short one, about 22 yards. But man, did Winter Smith and the Broncos fight back all night long, hit Jeter in the back of the end zone to make it close right before halftime. Smith with a great diving effort to get in the end zone late as they took the lead, did the Brandeis Broncos. That was their first lead of the game and went back and forth. Bridges put Regan back on top. It was tied up late. And these two teams traded field goals. Cantu hit one, and then Salazar with the walk-off. The victorious Regan Rattlers are standing by with Chuck McAtini. Chuck, take it away.
Don, what a ball game tonight, obviously, between the victorious Regan Rattlers and the Brandeis Broncos. Want to appreciate or show our appreciation to both ball clubs tonight. We know there are bigger things coming down the line. What a performance by both teams tonight. A battle royale to the bloody end. Guys spilling it. A nice, clean football game. Way to go, victorious Regan Rattlers. All right. Before we name our MVP for the ball game, I just want to give a special shout out to, where are the Regan offensive linemen? Where are you guys? Gentlemen, our proud sponsors at Little Caesars. We got some leftover pizza over there. If you guys share nice, we're going to hook you up for the ride home. All right, where's Edwin Bridges? Congratulations, Edwin. All right, you guys probably knew you were going to be in for a tussle tonight. everybody knows you want to stop the Regan Rattlers, you got to stop the run. There wasn't a whole lot of that going on in a lot of part of this game tonight. Tell us what your mindset was coming in, not only as an individual player, but also the mindset of the ball club tonight.
Well, my mindset was to at least average 5 yards of carry, and I think I've done that tonight. But the ultimate goal is to win and get us a home spot for the playoffs, and we achieved that tonight.
Very nice. You indeed did. All right, so you end up number 2 in your league, the Northeast League. We've talked about it time and time again, what a difficult league it is. But to come out and do what you guys did, all of a sudden the game kind of slowed down for everybody, and it looked like the team that had the ball last would win this ball game, and indeed that's what happened. Were you guys thinking at all during the course of this game, hey, this is it, we're going to go down, get our points, and go home?
Of course, I had trust in my team. I knew we were going to deliver, and that's why we won the game.
Well, very nice. All right, were you thinking ahead at all to the playoffs tonight?
You say it again?
Were you thinking ahead at all to the playoffs?
Sure. Okay. For sure. And next week, we're going to beat Brennan.
Okay, there you go. He's calling his shot right there. Edwin Bridges, your Little Caesars MVP on our TNL season finale. Coach Meyer, thank you very much. Awesome job by your team tonight. Well, your running back kind of puts you guys on the spot. Before we get to that, you just tell us, you called your shot pretty much early on in the week on many, many fronts, but did you really think that it was going to really go down like it went down tonight? Last team standing, last team with the ball, last team wins the ball game.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. You look at it and you have two very similar teams that love to run the football, and you knew it was going to be a battle all the way through, and sure enough, you saw it kind of at halftime where it was pretty apparent that whoever had the ball last was going to be the guy that came out on top.
Well, Brandeis kind of steals a possession there at the end of the half. They score, then they come out and immediately score to start the third quarter. No panic in you guys, though. You come right back and you bounce back. How important was that to go get the ball and then go back and wrest the lead away again?
No, it was incredibly important. You saw the time just ticking down. It's like we've got to get the ball back and we've got to get something going, and we did.
Okay, you work all year to put yourself in this position. You finished second in the league. It's been an amazing run getting to this point. I hate to ask you to look ahead, but I know everybody's had an eye on the postseason too. What do you think about your matchup in the first round next week?
Well, we're pretty familiar with those guys. We played them 4 times in 2 years, so we know it's going to be a dogfight. It's always been a good game, and we'll just let the chips fall where they may next week.
Do you like it, the fact that you get such a staunch opponent in week 1? They obviously are getting a staunch opponent too.
Well, you get in the playoffs, they're all good. So just happy to be here, and whoever it is, we'll be ready to go.
Coach Meyer, appreciate you very much, sir. It's a very outstanding job by you and your squad tonight. Here's the team trophy presented by our friends at Little Caesars. Preston Meyer and the rest of the Regan Rattlers are your TNL season finale champs for 2025. Don Harris, back to you, my friend.
All right, Chuck. When we come back, we will wrap it up for the year. But first, it's our South Texas Family Medicine and Urgent Care play of the night. What else could it be other than the walk-off game winner from the foot of Andre Salazar? He didn't even celebrate. Watch him. He just goes down and picks up the tee. He knew it was good, and he's the hero tonight for the Regan Rattlers. We'll wrap it up and put a bow on the 17th season of Little Caesar Thursday Night Lights when we come back.
Welcome to the Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights postgame show, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
This is the school bus stop of the game. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
Ricky Armstrong of the Regan Rattlers with the stop of the game. Remember to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Not stopping or trying to beat the stop arm puts lives at risk and can result in large fines, points against your license, or license suspension. That is our school bus stop of the game. Regan over Brandeis, 20-17, the final. And now it's time for the collision experts of Alamo Heights collision of the game, and it's this one right here. That's just a good old-fashioned slobber knocker by the Regan Rattlers. Appropriate that the Rattlers with the collision and the stop, because they came out tonight on top. That's our collision experts of Alamo Heights collision of the game. And don't forget, coming up January 10th in the Alamo Dome, the All-Stars have been selected. You can see who's been selected every week on both Max Sports on Fox and on Sports Sunday on News 4's San Antonio every Sunday night. Congratulations to those All-Stars. They're looking forward to playing one more game for the College Scouts. This has been our 17th season of Thursday Night Lights. It was the brainchild of our executive producer, Dean Radla, all those years ago. Our thanks to Dean as you take a look at our crew. From the sales team, Guillermo Reyes, Gianna Segovia, Jimmy Kola, Chris Ammons, and Mandy Barnett. Promotions, always a big part. Terry McFarland, Gabe Redondo, Brandon Dyer, Baylor Jones, Lonnie Smith, Jose Benuelos, and Carlos Acuna. Always from our news department, Zach Hedrick, Jack Green, Brad Souter, Siobhan Anders, Michael Campion, and Bob Gambert. It takes a huge crew. David Chancellor does the Scholar Athletes. Our director in the truck is Brian Watson. These guys right here are the ones that bring you the magic every week. Our camera operators, Tremaine McBride, Ski, Steve Sanders, Bryce Rushing. There's the guys in the truck, David Arguello, David Cuslow on audio, Jim Cottle on video, Aaron Rye on replay, Patrick West on graphics, Aiden Tremaine on the bug. The red hat tonight was Rick Zamora. Sat truck operators, David Velasquez, Javier Ramos, Mike Guerrero, and in master control, John Gonzalez. Chuck McIntyre, always great to work with Chuck. Matt Roy down on the sidelines most of the year. Nick Funky Cole Medina on statistics, and a very special shout out to our producer, Chris Kotfus. If you only knew the work that this guy puts in to make this a first-class professional broadcast. I say it every week. It's his show, and we're just living in it. We really, really appreciate you, Chris. You're the best in the business. That'll do it for this week of Thursday Night Lights. We'll keep it going with some of the best plays of the year from this season until January 10th. From the Alamo Dome, I'm Don Harris saying so long, everybody. Right back in it. Slips over the defense, drops back, fires to the end zone, double coverage, caught, touchdown. Pressure coming, and he's going to go down. John Jay brought the house. Kielbasa fires over to the near side. Dupree breaks that first tackle. He's got the first down. He's got the 10. He's got the 5. And he's got a touchdown. In motion. They fake it to him, and that leaves it intercepted. This could go a hundy. Down the sideline to the 40. Dupree in chase. And pushes him out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Give it to him. Look out. Garza. Garza's off to the races. Garza to the 25-20, to the 10. Touchdown, Alamo Heights. Walker Bryant to hold. The kick is up. It is straight. It is perfect. And it is good. And the Mules walk off with the win at Linhoff Stadium. Double pass action.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Got a man wide open. Nice cutback to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, still on his feet, diving for the cone. Here on 3rd and 3, they go to Price. No, he fakes it. Keeping it is Hughes. He's gonna go the distance. Touchdown. Hands to Ron, nice cut move. And a hurdle, he's still on his feet! Are you kidding me? Caleb Ron, touchdown! Oh my goodness, what did he just do? Cardenas backing him way up inside the 25. And he's got some room after outrunning the coverage to the 40, to the 45, 50, to the 45, cutting back, could go for the. Taken at the 25-yard line, still on his feet across the 30, down the sidelines, could go the distance. Touchdown, steal right off the get-go. It's Liam Jones. Here's Johnson. He can fly. He finds a seam. Watch out. Eli Johnson down the sideline. He's the 4-star. He's still on his feet. Got a block. Touchdown, steal.
There you go. Just get it to your playmakers and watch them go. A couple of cuts and see you later.
Yeah, right there, with that young man had the angle on him, and he blew past that. You knew he had speed. This one's going nowhere. Chavarria bowing up. Man in motion. Keeps himself right up the middle. Touchdown, Youngblood. Touchdown, Hurricanes. All right, first down and 10. If trips over here, here's a little bubble. Completed. Southwest stays at home, but check this out. Still on his feet, breaking free to the 40. Showing speed. Will they catch it? They won't. Touchdown, John J. Mustangs. That's the coach's son, Miles Gutierrez. Oh, what a hit, what a hit, what a hit. The hit of the year by who else? Kyle Jackson. Wellington gonna put it in the air. Gonna take the shot. Got a man. Castellanos, touchdown.
Mr. Efficiency is back again.
This is as good as it gets when it comes to rivalry. They snap it, instead they counter the other way, and Martinez is in. Draw, still on his feet inside the 5, he's gonna score! Touchdown! Brandeis is on the board. Noah Logston just would not be denied.
It's a blessing and a dream, man. Ever since we was kids, we were sitting in the stands, 7th grade, and now we're here now, man. That's what we do, we love it.
Scrambling for his life, being chased, has the corner, and goes over the top.
Well done, young man.
Slant to Harrell. He's got Tony. Tony's got the corner, and you're not going to catch it. Ben Tony's second touchdown of the game. And just like that, the Patriots go back in front. Glass fakes and flips the reverse. It's a reverse pass, and it's caught for a touchdown. Melvin Kahn.
Yeah, really good design. Everybody biting. One block kick deserves another, right?
Still loose. Alamo Heights has it, but still not out of bounds. You can get a couple of points here. Another pitch, and they've got room. Miracle on the Mississippi.
You got to be kidding.
It's Max Bacon. Touchdown. He dances in. Christian Dupree
with a titanium feet.
Coordinators thinking 2 plays here. Ball's on the ground.